Many people get silent heart attack. Around 40% people out there get silent heart attack. They don't know because they have been ignoring. They have these whispers, but they have been ignoring it.
I remember in the ER, the doctor was telling me, by the way, you have one of the massive heart attack. I just smiled and said, well, do what you need to do.
Spiritual people really didn't get sick ever. When did the whispers in your body actually turn into scream?
By the way, now I'm off all the medication. The doctors have no choice but remove it. They said, you don't need it, you don't need it. Your blood pressure going too low, let's remove that. Your blood sugar is normal, let's remove that. Your cholesterol level is absolutely normal. Let's remove all the statin. You were shocked thinking that most people will be going through all kind of stuff. How come you're so calm?
Your physiology is ready to accept the norm if we let it.
I'll be honest with you, before starting this conversation, I always have this idea in my head that spiritual people really didn't get sick ever. Like somewhere deep down, I always thought if you meditate, if you do yoga, if you teach someone, you are always fine. Your body rewards you. But this patient story, I would say, completely broke that idea for me. Because here is a man who had spent his entire life teaching people how to live in their bodies, how to breathe, how to be present in the current moment, and how to listen to the underneath noise. His body has to go through heart attack to get his own attention. This is one of the most honest conversations that we ever had on this show. Dr. Sodhi had helped Swamiji get back to his basics by not adding a new protocol or a medication to his life. It was simply by understanding what body is saying before that diagnosis has appeared. Swamiji, I'll not start with the day of the heart attack or something of that sort. I want to ask you how you were feeling before that happened. What were the signs that your body was trying to communicate and you were just trying to suppress it and not trying to listen to it? What were you exactly feeling?
Well, as you said, as a monk, we live our life in a very, very disciplined way. So the idea that you may get heart attack never really occurred. But I have to say now, 25 years ago, Dr. Sodhi warned me, one day you may get a heart attack. and that caused a lot of health issues that we never considered. And in that process, as a monk, you always let go of your body. You don't really pay much attention to it because you're focused on servicing and helping others to move forward. And what you don't realize is if you take care of the body, you can serve longer. You can reach out more people. You can help more souls in their evolution. And I personally neglected that. My focus was solely on just serving and serving and serving. And one day when the heart attack occurred, I didn't actually recognize. I said, wow, how can this happen to me? I have a good diet, good lifestyle. Yes, I have some elevated blood sugar. My weight was heavier, but I'm not obese or anything. But still was shocking. But as I said earlier, 25 years ago, Dr. Sodhi actually warned me, Swamiji, your lifestyle, you're pushing too much. Given your family history and everything, you are vulnerable. So we need to take care of it. But, until you get hit, you don't really listen.
So I think devotion, as I was mentioning, the most powerful emotion that you were going through that made you so powerful was the thing that actually destroyed everything in your body?
I wouldn't say that. It's more of the external push. Devotion itself actually calms you down. And I think I would say devotion actually made me to survive the whole process. I remember in the ER, the doctor was telling me, by the way, you have one of the massive heart attack. I just smiled and said, well, do what you need to do. And he was shocked. He was shocked thinking that most people will be going through all kind of stuff. How come you're so calm? He said, I was trained for over 30 years to be calm. Otherwise, all my process of being monk is wasted. And so they did what they need to do. But the point is the devotion is actually helped. But what made me vulnerable was, even though we have a healthy diet, our body is different. and how it absorbs the nutrients different. And this is where Dr. Sodhi actually did his magic on me to guide me, what you really need to do. And what we also tend to neglect is the stress, even as a monk, as a priest, or as a saint. When you serve, not just devotion, just serving in the external world, it creates stress. And I think we tend to ignore that. And I did for sure ignored it. And, just keep pushing. As I said, we focus so much on the selfless service that you forget about your part of your body and everything. You take care of your mind, but your body still goes through, we took the physical body. It has its karma, so it has to go through. So we can soften the karma. And this is where Dr. Sodhi helped me quite a bit, actually.
So, Dr. Sodhi, this is a very closest topic to your heart, disease-free society. And as Swamiji mentioned, he didn't listen to his body. How did you help when he first walked into your clinic? What were your thoughts? I would want to know that.
So first of all, let me kind of give a little introduction and background of Swamiji. Swamiji is from Kauai Hindu Monastery, and he was in charge of building a beautiful, beautiful temple where the stones were all brought in from India, and he was in charge of. And this temple is done without machines, by the way. Everything is hand carved. They have shilpis who were carving stones even in Kauai. So he was full in charge of that one. So I think he was taking too much stress on him, because he was the main in charge of that one. And he was neglecting himself. He has at that Kauai Hindu temple, they have a 3-hour vigil where they will be doing pujas every 3 hours. And he was using wrong timings to beat against the clock of the body. When you're not listening to the clock of the body, you were doing wrong. The body is making too much cortisol. That's why I think his blood pressure was up. And that's why I think many, many years ago, 25 years plus maybe more than that, when I met him first time, he was a young monk at the time. He was looking very, very young. And I told him, Sir Swamiji, if you don't listen to your body, you can have some issues and health issues. And I don't want it to become like an astrologer, but unfortunately it happened. It should not happen, because my purpose of was disease-free society, to make people aware that this is the wrong track we are going to, and be aware of it. And but sometimes, it needs a little bang on the head to really understand that this is real, this is reality. So one of the first things which I told him, that's okay, Swamiji, you need to go to bed early, it's 10 o'clock, and sleep through the night. And he said, no, I'm a monk. I have the evening, the night vigils. I said, yes, but your body is not taking it easy. It's not kind on you. Your blood pressure is shooting. You should not have that high blood pressure. And then eventually he also got the blood sugar dysregulation. And that's what I was, again, because I used to go to Kauai Monastery almost every year to take care of these monks there.
So if this is landing for any of our viewers right now, hearing to this conversation, I would say don't listen to it alone. Share it right now with someone who needs to hear that body whispers every single day, every single moment. Swamiji, I'll start from you. When did the whispers in your body actually turn into scream? Rather, how did they turn into the scream?
The whisper started, I think, with the slightly elevated blood sugar and also blood pressure. And I didn't take any medication in the beginning, but I was trying to do it with a diet. And then, I think, and then that point, Dr. Sodhi also wasn't visiting very frequently to hit on my head. And then went to the local doctor, so they prescribed very mild doses of medication, but even then it wasn't helping. And I think at that time, I should have taken things seriously and make changes. But, your duty becomes first and foremost, and you keep ignoring. And then, of course, one day, and early in the morning, my chest was heavy, and I didn't have any other symptom that typically you would have for a heart attack. Just a heavy chest. In fact, I was debating not to go to the hospital. I said, will go away. just some heaviness, And one other monk insisted, what can go? We just go and check it out. If anything, they say nothing wrong, we come back. And fortunately, we went. And and that was the final scream. That even the scream I was trying to ignore. So my suggestion is listen to the whisper and definitely listen to the scream when it happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, many people get silent heart attack. And I think there's around 40% people out there get silent heart attack. They don't know because they have been ignoring. They have these whispers, but they have been ignoring it. And so I think you also went to a special cardiology clinic where they did DNA testing and everything. And was very extensive workout was done on you. And you brought that reports to me too. And
Yes.
that was interesting, very, very interesting information we got from there.
Dr. Sodhi, how did you inculcated this Ayurveda into the picture for Swamiji? How did you start? What was the thing that you started off initially? Simple, boring thing that you started in his routine when he was on the path of healing, I would say.
So first of all, I think I talked about the sleep pattern because it's very, very important. In Ayurvedic medicine, the sleep is one of the most important pillar of health. So we talked about that one. And the second thing, he's being a monk, being a vegetarian, his diet was very heavy on the carby side and very less protein. I think you might have heard me saying a lot of these vegetarians, they are, I call them grainarians because they eat a lot more grains than the protein part of it. And then the vegetables are very limited. So and that was perfect diet for us when we were working in the field, because we needed that slow energy release, which gives the carbohydrate give us. Like if a marathon runner, if you eat very heavy protein diet, you'll not cross 5 miles. You'll crash on the ground. But now most of us, we are sitting on the chair. We don't have enough physical activity. And so that insulin releases into the system, and that insulin becomes insensitive. And that, by the way, increases your blood pressure too, because when your insulin, which is there, very reactive thing, is not properly utilized, it bumps up your blood pressure. And that was one of the major reasons why Swamiji's blood pressure was going up. So Swamiji, can you tell us about when you were put on Ozempic and all those medications and still you were not doing what you were supposed to, you were not getting the results what you're supposed to get?
Yes, after the heart attack, there's a whole bunch of medications was given to me and made me feel much worse than before the heart attack, actually. I was sluggish. My mental clarity was so different. And I'm a very sharp person. And I can see I'm like a different human being. And that's what got me concerned a little bit. And they put me on Ozempic because they're trying to bring down the blood sugar. Even though I'm not fully diabetic, I think 6.4 or something, 6.5, just on the verge. So the doctor felt you can take it. And so we did try that. And then after talking to Dr. Sodhi, in fact, I remember our first conversation after the heart attack with Dr. Sodhi was, he said, I want you to turn to a goat. Meaning just eat a lot of leafy greens, vegetables, that's all your main diet. And I took that seriously. I literally turned myself into a goat. I eat about 5 or 6 portions of vegetables, raw and cooked, and sprouts, and I increased a lot of protein in my diet. I completely stopped rice. I barely eat any wheat, maybe once a week, a small amount. But I stopped rice completely. It's something not very easy for me. You grew up with rice all your life, but I figured that was the best thing I did in following Dr. Sodhi's diet. And believe it or not, within 6 months, when I met Dr. Sodhi, my hemoglobin A1C was 5.7 or something, which I was worked toward, bring it down through medication at that time. And after the diet, Dr. Sodhi said, we can make it to about 5.1. And I actually brought it down to 5.2. And it's around that level right now. And he also said, Swamiji, you need to build some muscles, do some exercise and everything. So I incorporate all that. And it's like a magical. And I tell some of the devotees and the young monks, I wish I listened to this 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And so I can tell all Dr. Sodhi's audience here, listen. Don't wait. I know
We should just
doesn't
pause
make
and listen to what our body is saying. We should never
exactly.
ignore it.
Listen and then make some minor changes. You don't have to change everything all at once. So I changed my diet first for Dr. Sodhi's guidance. All I did focus on vegetables, a lot of vegetables, especially leafy greens. That was my main focus. I had different varieties, and we grow a lot of them, and we have them easily accessible. It's just a matter of choice. And I don't whenever I cook it myself, I don't even cook it with oil, just some spices. I follow exactly what Dr. Sodhi said. Cook the vegetable and put the spice at the very end without the heat. If you want, you can add some oil at that point. And so I follow them down to the very detail.
Yeah, that's to your health. I would say that now.
Absolutely, and it's transformed. And by the way, now I'm off all the medication. The doctors have no choice but remove it. They said, you don't need it. You don't need it. Your blood pressure going too low. Let's remove that. Your blood sugar is normal. Let's remove that. Your cholesterol level is absolutely normal. Let's remove all the statin. Everything is gone. The only thing that I'm taking right now is 81 milligram of aspirin with the Dr. Sodhi's blessing. And so that's all I do. And all this, I contribute to the change. Even so many other consultations didn't make the difference. And just one visit in person, and Dr. Sodhi went through all that, and we made some changes, and I implemented every single one of them. And I just can't believe it. And even it inspired a lot of monks too. And everybody now many of them start working out, and vegetables are big in the diet, because set a new example what can be done.
Yeah, our body is a temple, and we need to follow a ritual to worship things in there. We need to do that.
Absolutely.
Take me to the time, Swamiji. I mean, you had spent decades of your life helping people find answers to their question. When you were in that ER room, lying on that bed, what were the questions or the thoughts that were going on in your head?
Well, my thought was, again, it went back to my duty. We worked from this temple, as Dr. Sodhi says, it's a granite temple for over 30 years. And I was from the very beginning, with the very first stone to the last stone. It was part of my seva. And I promised our guru that I'll make sure to finish with the consecration. And that's the only thought that came to me. I said, wow, I failed myself by not fulfilling my guru's mission. He gave a mission through his vision, and I'm going to fail that. So that one part of me was really strongly fighting to make sure I go back home and finish it, which I did.
Swamiji, you have been a spiritual teacher or a guru all through your life now. And you have seen two sets of the body. One when you didn't listen, and one you consciously listen and work on it. So what is it that you teach differently to your disciples now? What is that change before and after?
Well, what I would say is now we're more conscious about everything. And part of being spiritual and religious is being more conscious, being aware of your presence at any given time. And without all these noises, disturbing you, now all of a sudden, all different kind of transformation happened, where, I would say my body is at its best stage that it's ever been in my entire life. Just because of these minor changes, but I think it took us about a year and a half right now. That's all it took. It reversed a host of things that was, bothering me all the time, from the joint to, you name it, anything that's challenging got transformed. So I think when the body is smooth and flowing well with the environment, as Dr. Sodhi said, all of a sudden your inner part of your life also flourish with it. So I'd say once you take care of the external part, the internal also flourishes. And I think it's a win-win situation. So I feel completely transformed physically, and it only enhances my inner work and how I can help others and continue, my guru's mission. So thank you, Dr. Sodhi. I hope you keep doing this. Beside meeting individual patients, I hope you continue this podcast and teach people. You have a great amount of knowledge and powered with your intuition. And I think that what makes you a great doctor. You have the combination of the spirituality and the physical, the external knowledge of it, and that makes a huge difference. And I hope you continue to do that. And no retirement for you.
But after you changing your like a diet, you eating more vegetables and stuff, you lost weight too. After that, you lost a lot of weight, isn't it?
Yes, I just without any kind of medication, I lost another 25 pounds.
Wow.
And right now I'm gaining some weight. That's also because of you, because I'm working out and gaining muscle now.
Yeah, muscle mass. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to have. Like so 25 pounds of weight is 100 butter sticks out of you. So that's just to put it in perspective. So, but now you have a more muscle mass, which is more heavier and good and working. So, I think one of very interesting people need to understand, your physiology is ready to accept the norm if we let it. And we don't have to go for a very modern medication to achieve that. Body is all equipped to do that, but we just provide the right kind of thought. Like you said, okay, my guru has given me that task. So that was a good thought there, because you want to live, if you have the willingness to live, then your body will start following it too. And then you change your lifestyle, you change your diet, and you made an amazing difference. And your blood vessels, your heart was able to squeeze and relax. So most of the time our heart is not relaxing properly. And heart is the seat of emotions, as we all know. And so when your heart is calm, everything calms down in you. So thank you, Swamiji, for your wonderful journey. And I believe that you have many years to serve the humanity, and the work you do is amazing.
Thank you, Dr. Sodhi, for bringing in Swami Ji to the podcast. And I think I feel blessed here, getting some time to spend with him and learn about myself, spirituality, and how our bodies are communicating. So I want to put a question, a thought here. Is there a moment ever in our bodies when our body whisper and we just convince ourselves it's okay? It is okay, we can just wait. Was there ever a moment when your body whispered for attention and you convinced that it could wait? If Swami Yoginath's story moved something in you today, I want to do you one thing: move up and start changing things in your life. New episode every Wednesday. Hit subscribe and bring it to someone's attention who needs to listen, because awareness spreads health. Thank you for watching the episode.